think we're there, everybody. Sorry about that. I was trying to set up another camera to do a video for YouTube because I've not posted anything for ages, and I thought this would be a good video for people to practice. There's a couple of people that can't make the Zoom. They're not very happy about being, looking at a screen. So I thought I'll just video it for some of the people. So, how's everybody? We're all okay this morning? Yeah? Cool. Good. We're going to work today on the hips, and we're going to work on the shoulders. I'm really aware of a lot of tension there in myself. I've been having a problem with my shoulder, so I've been working quite a lot on these practices myself. So I thought we'd incorporate the two practices together, the hips and the shoulders. So it'll benefit everybody. And when there's tension below the shoulders, in the hip joints, it tends to come up into the shoulders. If there's problems in the shoulders, it affects the hips. It's sort of like a cross reflex. So what is below is above, and what is above is below. Okay, so I'm just put myself on my cushion. I'm going to come into a little bit of grounding. Can you all hear me okay? Yeah? It just sounded a bit echoing here this morning, so I don't know what that's about. Okay, so let's just rub our hands together. And bringing the hands into the heart centre. Just let your eyes softly close. Don't hold them too tight. Just have them nice and soft. And kind of just looking down towards the nose. So just sort of taking your eyes down. Take a nice long deep breath in. And as you exhale, just drop the energy all the way down to the earth. And we'll just do that a couple of times. So really connecting to the earth's energy, exhaling down. And it's kind of like dropping into those hip joints, down through the buttocks, and then down into the earth. And as we come into that earth's energy, we're going to take a breath into 4. We're going to hold the breath for 4. And to breathe out for 4. Pause and wait for the breath. And when the breath comes in, it's to 4. Holding for 4. Exhale to 4. And holding out for 4. So we're doing the 4-4-4 breath, the earth breath. So just continue. Make the next round the last one. And then take a nice long deep breath in, and just imagine that copper energy coming from the base of your spine, bring it up right. And as it comes up, imagine it starting to lift the heart, lift the ribs, so you're really lifting your posture, relax the shoulders back and down. And then take a big breath in, exhale it out. And then as you next breathe in, just coming back, let your eyes flutter open and coming back. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of work with the 5 breath. Because we're in this month of May, it's the number 5. And number 5 is about change. It always is a change of energy. And when it came to the 1st of May, I just felt different energy around myself and around the home and everything. So just felt it was like times of change. So accepting change. So the hands are going to come down onto your knees. Let's pull back a bit so you can see it better. So hands on the knees. The hands are important, but their hands for this movement are together. Okay, so we're bringing the fingers together. Some of the postures to do today are going to have the hands apart, but this one is together. So making sure you've got that nice straight spine. We're going to inhale as we raise the arms up to 5. And then we're going to exhale to 5 as you breathe out, long breath out to the count of 5. And inhale to 5. Stretch the fingers long, fingers are together. Little pause at the top of the breath, exhale to 5. Remember, we're breathing through the nose and out through the nose. Don't use the mouth to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Just letting go. And last one, inhale to 5. And this time we're going to hold to 5. Exhale to 5. And hold the breath out to 5. Inhale to 5. Hold. 5. And exhale to 5. Holding out for 5. Inhale to 5. Hold, stretch, lengthen, push down through the buttocks, elevate the spine, hold it to 5. Exhale to 5. Hold out for 5. Twice more in your own time. And then just let the body settle. Just hold out for 5 and then wait till you come back. Let's take a few rounds of breath. It really uplifts you. It's a nice uplifting breath. And then just coming off your cushions. And we're just going to do a little bit of slightly different warm-ups this morning. We're going to raise, we're going to pick up the right leg and we're going to hold the right foot and the right knee. And we're just going to take a little circle, well, not a little circle, a little rock from side to side. If you're a bit more flexible this morning, you might be able to take the foot into the crease of the arm and then you can use that as a little bit of the rocking baby. Yeah. I'm not playing any music for the next few sessions because people have been saying it's a bit distractive, so I've stopped playing the music. If you want to put music on your own space, that's absolutely fine. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to hold on to the foot and then we're going to stretch, lift the spine, we're going to lift that leg and see if you're trying to bring the foot towards the face. If you can get it a bit close, it might be go behind your head. Some of you might be able to take it around the head. Inhale and then exhale as you bring it down. Okay, let's swap over to the other side. So left leg comes up, holding on to the foot and the knee, a little movement from side to side. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can hold the foot in the crease of the arm and continue, but try not to slouch. Nice long deep breath, just breathe in nice and deep, breathing that lovely prana. Feeling good today, really let go. Okay, then take a breath in, lift it, bring the leg up, bring it right up. Behind your head if you can. Oh, some of you nearly there. Go on, Pete, you can get there. And exhale and coming down. Well done. Okay, so to bring the soles of the feet together, we're going to do Cobbler Pose. But as we do Cobbler Pose, we're going to do our flexes moving forward and back. So we're going to be holding onto the feet, underneath the feet are together. So we're going to inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. So it's that lovely movement into the heart centre. Inhale forward, exhale back. Really breathe deeply. Can you go a little bit quicker? Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then inhale as you lift. and exhale. And then just walk the feet a little bit further away. So it's about 18 inches away from the hips there. And we're going to come forward. But before we come forward, I want you just to hold on to your ankles. We're going to breathe in. And then as we come forward, lifting up over the rib cage and coming down. So you're a bit like a tortoise and just letting your head flop down. And just rounding the spine, letting go any tension in the shoulders. And you can move the head from side to side as you breathe in and breathe out. Just a little bit of a movement, a bit like a tortoise looking out of its shell. And then you can look up towards the sky and down and up and down. So just working into that neck. It's very good to do. It helps the thyroid gland and the parathyroid gland. So just a bit of energy there. And then inhale and exhale and slowly come back. Okay, so going to take the legs nice and wide. So on this position you can pop yourself onto a block or a cushion. I find it quite helpful because it stops you from collapsing the spine, so you get a nice straight spine. So if you want to put yourself on a cushion, that would be useful. Make sure your spine is nice and straight so your body is in line with the hips and the head is flat to the sky, so your head's not tipping back or forward. We're going to bring the hands onto the shoulders, legs are nice and wide, press through the heels. We're inhaling left, exhale right, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Get really nice movement in the upper back. So go a little bit quick, keep the eyes closed. Slow down, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep them where they are, and then we're just going to circle into the shoulders. So we're going to be going backwards and down. So inhale as you bring the elbows forward and back. Get into those shoulders. Let's go the other way. Really get into those shoulders. And then coming back, just coming back, exhaling. Take a big breath in, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And exhale as you release. Just bring your legs back together. Come off your block. Okay, so we're going to lie down. So we're going to have the feet, so you're flexing the toes, and you can just stretch forward for a moment, just come into the forward bend, so just stretching the lower back, and just tuning into your back, and just feel how it feels right now. So the next few movements are going to work quite deep into the hip joints. If you have got a strap or a strap or a band, you might want to bring it down with you because that's going to be helpful for doing the postures. Or you can also, what I kind of like to do, it's a nice stretch. If you put the band over your feet and then you're going to come down. If you haven't got a band, you can use a towel. So we're going to do a few of those. So we're just going to slowly come up as you breathe out, as you come forward. So we're going to roll down. This is a lovely one to open up all the spine and exhale. Okay, so you can really use the band to engage the navel. Chin tucks in as you come back. If you haven't got a band, you can use a strap. Just something just to connect with. Really stretch out the spine. And then as we come down on the last one, take a breath in, lift the feet up to the sky. We're going to keep the right foot on the band or the strap or whatever you've got there. If you've not got a strap, you can just hold on to your ankle. And we're just going to hold, we're going to work through the hamstrings. Okay, so the toes come towards the face. The left leg can be in the bent position, like mine is right now. Or if you feel a bit more strong this morning, a bit more flexible, you can stretch the leg down. But the idea is to bring the toes towards the face. But what you don't want to have is the knee bent. Okay, so if your legs are tight, you go a little bit further away. So you want to keep the legs straight. It must be in line with the hip. But as it comes over, it keeps straight. Okay? And then just closing the eyes. We're taking 6 breaths here and really stretching into that hamstring. The life nerve stretch. Get a really good stretch. Make sure that the head isn't going back. Chin's tucking in. You can put a towel under the head if it feels a bit tight there. Push through the leg that's on the floor, the left leg. Stretch it out. Long, deep breaths. You really connect into that energy from your heels right to the buttocks. And if this is tight, you feel tired, you feel drained. And take one more breath and go a little bit closer. And then as you release, gently, gently bring that leg down. And the other leg's going to come up. Okay, sorry about that. We're going to bring the strap around the foot. Stretch the right leg down if you need to and just take that stretch. And just keep breathing. Connect with the breath. And as you exhale, just go a little bit further. Use the breath to move you. Inhale, exhale. Can you go a little bit deeper? And then release. Take a breath in and lower the leg down. Then you can just get the previous strap. You might want to just put it one side because we might be using it a little bit longer later on in the video. So it's going to bring the knees to the chest. It's going from side to side, just rocking from side to side, just releasing the lower back. Okay, so if you separate the knees, we're going to pop the hands on the knees, the feet are apart. We're going to take some circles. So the legs are coming wide and back together, knees together, opening. Inhaling and exhaling. So nice big circles in the hip joints. Try to keep your hands on your knees. Now some of you might be a little bit more stronger in the core and you can take your legs out and back. So it makes a little bit more work into the core. But if you've got lower back issues, then don't go so far out. Okay, I know some of you have got strong core muscles so you can go back out, right down. And exhale. So just do a few more. Breath in and exhale. Really stretch out and come back. And then we're going to go the other way. So it's a bit like a swim movement. Okay, then gently come back, bring the knees onto the chest for a moment. So just holding your knees there, inhaling. As you exhale, just drop your knees down towards your belly. Just feel as if you're stretching your lumbar spine down towards the mat. Really good for the lumbar, good for the lower back. Just a couple more breaths, just let go. So we often have a lot of tangled energy in the hip joints, you know, because we probably sit too much or doing too much. So we get very tired in the hip joints. And it affects our energy levels. So hopefully after this practice, you'll feel a little bit more energised. When I feel tired, I just do some work in my hip joints and it'll just uplift my energy. So we're going to pop the feet back to the floor.
And then what we'll do, maybe need your strap again, or maybe not, doesn't matter. You're going to bring the left knee to the chest and taking the left foot over the right thigh. It needs to be halfway. It doesn't want to be too high or too low, sort of halfway. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a cushion underneath my head, because what tends to happen with this is your head tends to go back a little bit if you've got short arms or, you know, long body, short arms. So we're going to take the left hand in the gap. So if you look at your leg there, you've made a triangle. You're going to put the hand underneath the leg, and you're going to bring your right hand around that right knee, and you're going to clasp the hands. Okay, you've got your cushion there, and then just draw in the legs and the knees towards your body. I'm going to hold it for about 6 breaths. If you can't reach, then you can use your strap. So you can put the strap around your knee and use it like so. Okay, so that's another option. These bands are really worth having. And keep drawing it close. You're trying to bring the knee down towards the chest. And then inhale, release, and then if you wanted to, you could stretch that right leg out, and again you can release the hands and you can just bring the leg towards the face again. And again you could use your strap here. And then gently lower the right leg down, release the left leg and leave the left leg on the floor, right knee comes to the chest, right foot goes over left thigh, the foot is facing out to the side. You've made a V shape, little triangle shape. You're going to pop your hands through that shape, and you're going to bring the hands up below the left knee and hold it there. Then if you need to use your strap, then do so. Inhale, exhale, try and bring that knee a little bit closer. 6 breaths, close the eyes. Can get a little bit closer. And then slowly release it down. You can bring the left leg up if you wanted to and give it that extra stretch. And then slowly release the legs. And just slide the legs down into Shavasana for a moment, just releasing the hips. And you might want to just get rid of your cushion if you've got a cushion underneath your head. Okay, so the next movement is the Happy Baby Pose. And we're going to come into the full posture. You're going to bring the knees onto the chest again into Apanasana. The soles of the feet are going up to the sky and your legs are apart. You've got quite a big space between your knees. And then you're going to reach up, you're going to take hold of the feet. Now again, if you can't reach, you can use your strap, having the feet flat, using the strap, and you can bring the body down that way. Okay? So as you are, again, we're taking 6 breaths. Try and anchor your lower back down to the ground, long deep breaths. And feel you're trying to flatten that lower back. Two more breaths, you can anchor a little bit further down. Wonderful. And then slowly, slowly release. Okay, again, stretch your legs down into Shavasana. Take a little release. Now the next movement, you do need a bit of space around you, so if you need to furniture and stuff, you might want to just move away from it. We're going to have the legs straight and we're going to bend the left knee to the chest, and then we're going to straighten it. So you can use your strap over the foot again if you've got a strap. If you haven't, you can hold on to your big toe or ankle. And again, you want to keep this leg nice and straight. So the idea of this posture is to try and keep the right hip down on the floor. So I suggest you take your right hand on your right hip joint. So you're anchoring the right buttock down. We take a breath in, and then very gently we're going to start to take the leg out of the side. So if you're using a strap, just very gently start to bring it down. It might not go very far, and if your right buttock comes off, then come back a little bit. You're just trying to ease it down, press through that right leg. So it needs to come in line with the hip joint. You'll probably find one side at the moment is probably a little bit tight. So just keep opening, keep pressing that right hip away, right leg rather. And then slowly coming back, and then taking the right hand onto the strap. Left arm's going to come down, palm faces down for this one. And we're taking the foot over to the right. And again, just want to be careful you've got no restrictions. So just taking the leg down and just do the best you can. Just bring it down. And again, just a few breaths here. And then slowly return. Release the strap as you breathe in. And exhale as you lower the leg down gently. Okay? So let's do the other side. So the right leg is going to bend to the chest. Stretch it up the sky. Take your strap over the foot. Or if you haven't got the strap, hold your ankle or toe. This time the left hand is going to hold on to that left hip. So try and anchor it down. And then it's going to go over to the right side. Okay? Pressing down through this left hip. And then slowly coming back, breathing in. Transfer the strap to the other hand, left hand. Right hand's going to come down, so it keeps down on the shoulder, down on the right side, and going over to the other side. Stretch it right out. Take a big breath into those shoulders. And then slowly, slowly come back. Release the strap, take a breath in, bringing the legs down slowly, and then again bring the knees back onto the chest. Okay, so we've moved a lot of energy out of those hips, so we're going to just move it through the body, and we're going to come into bridge. So you want your heels close to your buttocks, knees are bent. Again, make sure your chin is tucking in, it's not being thrown back. Hands are on the floor. So we're going to work with the shoulders. Let's move down a little bit. So we're going to inhale as we take both arms over to the floor behind. Stretch it out. And then as you exhale, the arms are going to come back and we're going to come up into bridge. The hands are pressing down. Lift the hips to the sky. And here we're going to take about 3 breaths. Really open up through the hip joints. Inhale, lift, and then as you exhale, very slowly connect to your spine and coming down little by little, all the way down, down through the mat. Fantastic. Okay, let's do it a couple more times. So inhale, taking the arms over, big stretch. Exhale as you bring the arms back, pressing into the hands and feet and lift the hips sky high. Chin tucks in. You might find your fingers are just touching the backs of the heels. If they are, press down into the forearms and see if you can lift a little bit higher. Chin's tucking in. Deepen the breath. Inhale and exhale slowly, slowly coming down. So the next one you can do in your own time. So inhale as you take your arms over. Exhale, coming back. Let's see if we can hold this a little bit longer. Maybe 5 breaths would be good, links in with the 5 energy. Inhale and exhale again, slowly coming down and bringing your knees onto your chest, and this time crossing the right ankle over the left ankle and then holding onto the feet and drawing the knees down, bringing the feet down so you're getting a real good stretch into those and that lower back, and just hold it here. And again, just have that sense of going down into the earth, into your lower back, just letting go of any blocks there. Inhale, and then just crossing over the other way, holding the ankles, draw the knees down. And then just release, stretching your legs down. Okay, so just make sure you're nice and straight. So if you just kind of look at your toes, and sometimes you tend to twist a little bit as you put yourself down, so just push through the heels. So we're going to come into the stretch pose. I've not done stretch pose for quite a long time, and I like the stretch pose because it activates your third chakra, the Manipura chakra, and this is a chakra that makes you feel good. It gives you a real sense of feeling empowered, feeling your own space. So we'll do it a little bit gentler today because we've not done it for a while. So we're going to start with the heels down on the floor. The hands are going to come onto the top of the thighs, and we're just going to lift up, and we're going to be looking. We're going to point the toes, and we're going to be looking forward. If you find this is too much on the neck, you can place your hands behind the back of the head. But if you can, having the hands here, just get my clock so I can work the time. So heels are down, toes are pointing, we're going to lift up, we're doing fire breath. So we're doing the pumping at the navel. And as we're doing that, we're stretching. And then inhale, stretch, see if you can press a little bit higher, and exhale, down. Just take a moment to relax, let your feet flop out to the side, pop your hands onto your belly and connect with your breath. Okay, so we're going to come into it again. You can stay with the first position if that felt fine and you didn't want to do it any further. You could take one leg off and do it that way, and then halfway through the other leg, okay? So again, we're doing about 3/4 of a minute. We're going to lift up. If you can do both feet off the floor, that's fine. Project the energy and start the breath. If you're doing one foot, you might want to change and continue. Keep stretching, we're nearly there. Inhale, lift, and exhale, take a break. Fantastic. You'll probably feel that energy starting to come into the belly. Just breathe it in, just enjoy the breath. And then slowly bring your knees onto your chest, and you can take a little rock on your spine just a few times. If you're on a wooden floor or on a hard floor, then maybe not a good idea to do it unless you've got a blanket underneath your back or something. But just a few if you can. And then slowly coming back. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to come into still a little bit more work in the hip joints. So we're going to come into a little squat. So we've
we've been doing the posture salute to the moon, which has this little squat in the actual posture. So I thought we'd take it out of the salute to the moon and put it into this practice this morning. So the hands are going to start on the floor. If you can't get right down in this crouch position, then you can come to this position. Yeah. So some of you might be here, some of you might be down. So you're going to stretch the right leg out the side, and you're going to take your body over to the left side, and the hands are going to stretch towards the foot. Yeah. Hands come down, inhale in, and exhale and stretch. So you can, it's almost like pull this shoulder back. It's almost like an arrow type movement. Yeah. And then you're going back to the other side, and the hands lift and pull this shoulder back, and then move it to the other side. So just going from side to side. Yeah, or you can be here and stretch. So this shoulder's coming back as if you're doing the archer pose. Yeah, so lots of different adaptations. Just get a bit of movement into that hip joint. Yeah, so stretch it out. Maybe just one more time, really well. And then coming back, and then just coming back, and we'll come into cat pose. Okay, so starting to look at your hands, we're going to open the fingers. All those digits on the floor. Feet are, the big toes are together, back is flat. We're going to inhale as we take the eyes to the sky. And then as we breathe out, we're going to round the spine. We're just doing a few of these little cats just to move the upper back now. So inhale, eyes look up, and exhale, round. And take your awareness into your heart centre. So really working on that, opening the space between your shoulder blades and the heart. Just a couple more. Then coming back into the cat. Okay, we'll stretch it out, sit back towards your heels, knees are nice and wide. Just stretch the arms forward, trying to bring your belly or your chest down to the ground. And just let go. And then slowly, slowly coming back. Okay, so let's come into the cat, moving cat. So we're going to be doing 2 minutes on either side. If you find after a minute it's too much, you can just take a rest and then pick it up again. So we're going to come into the cat, hands nice and wide. Feet are a little bit further apart now, and the eyes are kind of looking forward. So we're going to inhale as we stretch the left leg, and exhale, nose to knee. Breathe in. And you might want to close your eyes in this movement and really make it like a moving meditation. Be very aware of your body moving through space, working with the breath. So the eyes are looking forward as you breathe in, and exhale, nose to knee. Or if you've got your eyes closed, your face is looking forward. That's 1 minute, so if you wanted a little rest, that's fine, or we can carry on.
And then inhale as you just stretch that left leg, hold it. And bringing the knee down. And again, coming down into child. This time have your hands towards the sky so your fingers can relax, hands can relax. Forehead down, just take some time out. Just let go. And then slowly, slowly coming back. So we'll do the same on the other side. Hands are nice and wide. Okay, so breathing in, right leg goes out, exhale, nose to knee. So that's 1 minute, we've just got 1 more minute. Have a little rest if you need to. And then inhale as you hold it, just hold the breath, hold the stretch. And exhale again, coming down. Release your hands to the sky, forehead comes down. Just let go. And then slowly, slowly coming back up. Okay, just sit for a moment, put your hands onto your knees, and just take a moment just to get some breath back. Just connect with your breath. Just let go of your shoulders. Okay, so we're going to come into a posture which some of you might not have done before. It's called the lizard. Some of you have done it before. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing the right leg forward. I'm just going to demonstrate first, so just want to show you. So the right foot's going to come forward and it's in a bent position. So you need to have your knee in line with the ankle. The left leg is just nicely back. What tends to happen in this posture, the foot will tend to come in to centre line. It needs to be in line with the knee the best you can. Okay, so there's quite a few different sort of modification to this practice. So what we're going to do first of all, we're just going to bring the hands down by the side of this right foot. Okay, so if you want to get into a position, right foot is forward. You can just move the right foot just slightly out to the side a little bit to give yourself a bit more mobility, and your hands are forward. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to go forward and back. Just a forward movement and back. So just a little bit of work in that hip joint. Okay, so then once we get to that full position, we're just going to stay here. So you do a little bit of a lunge, and then if you can, we're going to start to bring the hands down. So you're going to start to bring your elbows down onto the ground, okay? If you can, bring your palms together and the elbows are together. If you need to move your leg out to the side a bit more, that can be helpful, okay? So then what we're going to be doing, again, we're going to be going forward and back, as if we're going to go over the fingertips and back. So the hands are in the lizard, so the elbows are together. So inhale forward and exhale back. Or you can just be on your hands again and just doing the first position. And then we're just going to stay down and just hold it here. Some long deep breaths, just let your head hang down. And then very slowly coming back, okay? And that right leg round, and we'll do the other side. So left leg comes forward, make sure your knee is in line with the hip joint, and the hands are just going to come down. You might want to wiggle the foot over slightly to the side, and again, you're just coming forward and back. A little bit of movement into the hip joints. Okay, and then you're going to come forward, bringing your elbows down. If you can bring the elbows together, palms are together, into prayer. You might want to wiggle the foot around a little bit further. And then again, just moving backwards and forwards. And then on the next one, you can just stay down. You can bring your head down towards your hands or your wrists, wherever you are. Long deep breathing, just let go. Inhale and then slowly, slowly come back. Just bring your legs back, just release the legs. You might want to just come into a little cobbler, just to release the hips. So a little bit of a up and down, little butterfly. Okay, so we're going to come into the log stacking pose, which again we haven't done for a long, long time. So again, you might want to use your cushions or a block underneath your buttocks. And we'll start with the legs out in a wide position. Okay, so we're going to bring the left leg in, and the left leg, if you've got the foot on the edge of your yoga mat, it's on the edge of it, and then you're going to try and bring that leg down. Okay, the right foot's going to come over the left knee, and then the right knee is going to come down to the left foot. So you've got the legs are kind of stacked up. Now I haven't got any cushions with me. I'm going to show you. Use this bolster. So if you have got tight hips, because this is a lovely one for the hip joint. So say if your knees kind of up like that, you can put a block or a bolster on that knee, underneath the knee, so a cushion, and you can just allow it to rest down. And then we're going to just let go into it. So if you can just pop yourself with something there, a little support, and then just allow the knee to drop down. The hands can just be in prayer position, or you can pop the hands on the knees, and just some long deep breaths, just closing the eyes, and just breathing it in, breathing it out, just let go in those hip joints. And then we'll just take it a little bit further, so you're going to interlace the fingers, and we're going to turn the palms away, and you're going to breathe in as you lift up, press down through the legs, and exhale as you come down. So the hands turn. So we inhale in as we lift up, stretch, and exhale and down. Just one more time. Inhale, turn the palms to the sky, stretch, and exhale and down. Okay, so let's change the positions of the legs. So the right leg is going to stay bent, left leg's coming over. Okay, and then you're going to drop that knee down. You're trying to get the legs to stack. Okay, so the knees are coming down. You can just relax here for a moment. Just try and drop those knees down. Close the eyes. Okay, then we just start the breath. So fingers are interlaced. Breathing in as you lift up. and exhale down. And inhaling up and exhale down. And last one, inhale, stretch those palms and exhale as you release down. Okay, just coming off the legs, just release them. Might want to rub the knees a little bit. Fantastic. Okay, so let's get rid of the blocks again, or your props. Okay, so I'm going to work a little bit more into the hips and the shoulders. So we're going to come into a kneeling position. You might want to go just slightly to the side of your yoga mat, and the left leg is going to go up. The left foot is facing to the centre, and the heels are by the side of the short edge of your yoga mat. The right hand's going to come up, the hand is going to slide down the leg as this right arm comes over. The palm is over my head, and I'm going to stretch down. I'm not going to go too far, because if I start to go down too far, I'll start to twist. So try and imagine you're going through two sheets of glass and keeping your back nice and straight. Long deep breathing, stretching through these fingers. And then inhale as you come back and exhale down. Okay, the foot's going to turn, now the toes are going to point away down to the small edge of the mat, and then it's exactly the same. Inhale in and exhale over to the same side. Try not to twist. And then coming back, breathing in and exhale and down. Wonderful. Okay, let's just swap it over to the other side. Just walking over a little bit more. Right, there goes out. So the foot is turned in to start off with. Back is straight. Inhale in and exhale, sliding down. Inhale as you return and exhale and down. Okay, foot's going to turn. Same again, breathing in, lift up and slide it down. And then inhale as you come back and exhale. Just back, breathing in and exhale as you sit down for a moment. Okay, so we're going to turn around and we're going to come into a downward dog. So just get a nice wide spread with your hands, toes turning under. And we'll take a breath in, sitting back towards the heels as you breathe out, lift in the back. Stretching the heels down, and we're going to take a little bit of a walk with those heels, just to get the energy moving through the legs again. And then try to bring both heels off the ground and exhale as you drop the heels down. Inhale, lift the hips, heels come down as you exhale. Just a few more. Inhale, exhale. And then as you bring your heels down, just stay here now. I'm going to take some long deep breaths. Make sure your hands are open. Just hold it here. Inhale, draw your belly button back, connecting to that breath. And then inhale, dropping the knees down. And again, we can come down into child, so just bringing your hands underneath your face and just take some time just to let go. Give yourself permission to release in your shoulders, in your face, your jaw. We're sometimes not really aware of how much tension we hold in our face, so yoga gives us that time just to reflect and look at ourselves and just releasing anything we need to get rid of. And then slowly come back up. Okay, so we're going to come into some planks, some side planks. So back into the cat position. I'm going to take the left leg behind, so it's in line with the right foot, right knee. And we're going to turn ourselves to the side, okay? If you wanted to, you can lift the leg, and if you wanted to take the arm over into the side angle balance, then you can do. We're just holding it. Inhale and slowly bringing the foot down and changing to the other side. So let's swap over. So make sure that your hand is not in line with the knee. Lead it slightly to the side and then lifting up into the plank. You can leave the foot down if you find it's too strong, and just take your time wherever you are. There's different positions. You can have your hand here, all over the head. And coming back, inhaling and exhale. And again, just have a rest in child, release, let go. And just bring yourself to that present moment, just tuning in with your breath right now. And then slowly again coming back into sitting. So before we go into the next movement, which is the dolphin, we're going to do a little bit of work on the cow face pose. Okay, so you might want to sit with your knees nice and wide again. Right hand's going to come back, left hand's going to join it, and again, if you need to use your strap, then use your little strap there to get you there. If you don't need it, fantastic. And holding on to the other hand, open up the heart. You're trying to bring that elbow in line with your head there, okay? So let's hold it for 5 breaths. And then inhale as you release gently, and then just bringing the hands forward into a little C shape. Just draw your belly button back, round your spine. And release. And let's do the other side. Focus on the breath. And then inhale and exhale as you release. So you've got a choice on the next posture. You can either do a dog, or if you want to challenge yourself and do the dolphin pose, then I'll demonstrate the dolphin, but we all know the dog anyway. So forearms are down on the floor. You're bringing the knees close to your elbows if you're doing the dolphin, toes are turning under, and then we're going to sit back, pushing down through the heels. You can have your legs a little bit wider, and we're holding it for 5 breaths. Try not to let the hands come together. Okay, so as you are, that's wonderful. Just stretch it. You can maybe walk your feet a little bit closer to your elbows. Inhale, dropping the knees down. Keep the arms where they are, just let your head relax down. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. So you might want to come a little bit closer. Okay, and then we're going to do one more 5 breaths. To make it more challenging, your feet together, it might be easier. Then have your feet apart, and you can walk your feet a little bit closer towards your elbows. And then slowly coming down. And then just for a moment, we're just going to come onto our bellies. We're going to bring our hands underneath our face. We're just going to turn the head to one side. Let your big toes come together and just let your body relax. And then turning the head to the other side, totally let go. Okay, and slowly coming back. You're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We're just going to come up into a little cobra just to release the back. And then stretching it back. And coming into swan, so your toes are turning under, arms are forward, forehead is down, and just again, just let go. And then slowly, slowly come back. I'm going to make a way to standing, so wherever you are, just turn your toes under. I'm going to uncurl very, very slowly, just building up the spine, very, very slowly. And as you come to the top, then just bringing your hands onto your hip joints. And just taking 5 long deep breaths and breathe in. Feel the breath down underneath your hands. You can go a little bit higher on your rib cage. Breathing in and exhale. So start to focus on your lungs and the breath deepening. Imagine you're going right down into the base of your lungs. And on each breath, we're just allowing the energy to come right down. And just clearing away. One more breath. And exhale and down. Wonderful. Okay, so next little movement, we're going to bring the right leg forward, left leg is back. And we're going to come into a chest expansion. We are going to be holding it for 4 breaths, and we're doing it 3 times. Now what this posture does, it actually opens up your lung meridian. So it's a really good one to aerate the lungs and get some energy into the lungs. So you want to make sure you're facing towards the front of your mat. Right leg is forward, the hands are going to come behind, And you can do a few different movements. You can either clasp your hands, you can have your elbows holding onto your elbows, or have your hands clasped, or you can have them in Venus lock. Okay, so right leg is forward, we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale as you come down to the floor, and then you're going to raise your hands over the head. Okay, so taking a breath in, exhale, coming forward, raising the hands up. You can even have your palms apart if you find that your shoulders are tight. I'm just going to have my hands apart because my shoulders are a little bit painful right now. So just hold it here, 4 breaths. And then slowly, slowly coming back up, inhale in and exhale. So in your own time, we're doing it twice more. Breathing in, exhale. Make sure your chin's tucked in, don't lead with the chin. Raising the arms up. And then popping your hands up, the next one coming up. Just one more in your own time. Last one. Okay, exhale. Excuse me, and then slowly, slowly coming back, and just release your arms, bring the right leg back, and we'll do the same on the other side. So left foot comes forward, breathing in, bringing the hands behind, and exhaling down. And just twice more. And when you're ready, slowly come back up, stepping the feet together. And again, popping your hands just on those lower ribs and connecting with your breath. And then slowly come back, breathing in, bring the feet together and take a rest. Wonderful. Okay, so moving into our little balance, and we've been doing the tree. So we're going to do slightly different versions of tree coming into it, but this time what we're going to do, you can either have your hands, elbows together. If you can go into the reverse prayer position, we're going to do it without the hands, so we're going to do a little bit more of a balance. So just bringing your arms back, however you want to be, and then bringing the leg up. You might want to choose to take a little bit of a lower tree, especially if you find you can't lift a little bit higher. So maybe take the lower tree, and we're just going to hold it here for about 10 breaths. And feel yourself lengthening. Inhale and exhale as you release. Well done, just releasing your shoulders. And let's move to the other side. So choose where you want with the legs. And again, about 10 breaths. Let's keep going. And then inhale and exhale as you release. Release your arms. And release. Okay, so we're going to come down into sitting. I'm just going to do a little bit of a squat. So we're going to raise the hands up as you breathe in and exhale as you bring them down. So it's a nice swinging movement. Inhale as you lift up. Bring the energy up. Exhale it down. You can breathe out through the mouth. It's a bring the energy up and in and exhale and in and exhale. And last one, breathing in, bring the hands together and exhale as you come down. And then we're going to come down into sitting. So at this moment you might want to put something warm on, because from this little bit of breathing and meditation we're going to be doing, we're going to go straight down to the floor. So if you want to just make sure you're warm enough, that would be good. So we're going to do, it's called Lion's Pause, and it's a meditation, very uplifting meditation, and what it does, it actually boosts up your auric field, so it actually strengthens your electromagnetic field all the way around you. And if this is weak, then we can get prone to disease, illnesses, that sort of thing. So it's a really good way to uplift you. But I thought because it's a morning practice today, it'd be really nice to get that energy a little bit higher. And then we'll go, you can either stay in meditation or you can relax down at the end. We're just going to be doing just a few minutes of it. You can do this up to 31 minutes, as if you can keep your arms moving for that length of time. But usually start 3 minutes to 5 minutes to 7 minutes to 11 minutes to 22 minutes and then to 31 minutes. They're the usual times of meditation. 22 minutes is the ultimate time for meditation. It takes a couple of minutes for you to get into the practice and then 20 minutes to get the pure benefits. So if you're just doing, a formal meditation, that's a kind of nice time to practice. Okay, so if we're all ready and nice and warm, so the hands are going to come down, so they're going to start sort of on the knees or on the thighs, and what we're going to be doing, we're just going to be crossing over and down. So the arms will cross over, but the hands, if I come closer to the screen, the hands are in like a claw-like position. So they're going to be going over the head and down. So they're going to be crossing over and down. It's called lion's paw or lion's roar. And we're going to be just doing like a quite deep breath. So it becomes almost a fire breath. So it goes like this. Make sure those arms are like claws. Nearly there, the last few minutes, we're going to stick a tongue out and we're going to go like a panting dog. And then inhale, stretch. Hold it, pull up all that energy right to your fingertips. And exhale. As you bring the hands up, bring your knees, hands on the knees, palms relax. Just close your eyes. And just release, let go. And breathe out through the mouth and just let go. And just let your energy settle around you. So you might want to bring the thumb and first finger together. You might want to stay in meditation for the last 10 minutes or so of the class, or you can lie down in relaxation. The choice is yours. I just want you as you lie or sit, just imagine a golden light, bright golden light coming up through the base of your spine and just filling up the whole of your systems, the whole of your body, strengthening your electromagnetic field and projecting the energy out like a golden light.
And then taking some long deep breaths, and just as you start to breathe out, just allow the energy to come down. Imagine going down on a lift, going back down into your roots, back down into the earth, connecting down, grounding down. And just take some long deep breaths here and just connecting to the earth. And then just start to move your toes, move your wrists, move your ankles, move your fingers, move your head from side to side. What you need to do, give yourself a bit of a stretch. And then as you bring your arms back, if you're lying down, just bring the knees onto the chest and give yourself a little hug. If you've been sitting, you can just relax. And then rubbing the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands. And then if you've been lying, then you can just pop your hands underneath your knees and rocking up and coming back into sitting. Okay, so just rubbing the hands together, and we're going to chant the mantra Om. We're going to chant it 3 times, so we'll be using the arm position, so we'll be going up, and then as the arms come round, I'm just going to go through that auric field with the mantra Om. Okay, so bring the hands into prayer. Breath in, exhale it out. Inhale again. And exhale it out. And this time we'll start. Take some breaths, let the energy settle around you. Just tune in to feel how you feel right now. And then take a big breath in, and then just taking the energy down to the floor, just bowing down. And slowly, slowly coming back up.